Hey all, I'm glad to see you. Wow, got a pretty good turnout this Saturday. Glad to see everybody here. We got Spin, of course, we've got Twilight, my brother from another Matrix, Freezius Max. He's an awesome guy. Always check out his content too, because, he does some good stuff too. Let's see, we got Twilight. He's got good content too, and Twilight's going to get a shout out. So is Cheeto, and we got who else we got on here? We've got the Misses. We got Soundwave and Fireclaw. And yeah, it looks like finally, hey, week 5, stream 5, finally got some of the technical issues out of the way, crossing my fingers. Everything else will be just on me at this point, so that's great. Ooh, hey, we got Bobby who just jumped in. Hey, Bobby, good to see you, my friend. And let's see, we got Reforged Chaos, a family member of mine. We've got Man Hoshoya. What are we up to today? Oh, we're gonna go over a lot of stuff. Some fun, some rants, some raves, some interesting ideas that a couple of guys had pointed to me above. So we got getting a good turnout here. I really appreciate everybody showing up on this Saturday. And we got Cheeto in here, who's probably asleep now, but hopefully he's still awake and around here. And we've got Mash Bombed, so he's here. Awesome. Like I said, we got some interesting topics. Some are just rants and raves, and anything you guys want to discuss or see. Just to get everything going. How long do I have for the rants? Asks Spin. That hopefully I don't go off on too much of a tangent, but you guys can contribute to them too if you want. It's all good. It's all. Sometimes we just gotta let things go and get it off our chest and stuff. And there's a lot of things that are frustrating me lately, but like I said, we'll address all that here in a minute. So we've got some announcements to make. We've got some new play testers. A lot of them are here on the stream tonight. We've got Twilight here. He's in here. Warpy made it to the play test. Warpy's an old time player too. We've got Darklands, who's oddly not on right now. But in Illuminati, J-Rad, D's, Heart Shadow, Cheeto finally made it to playtest. That needed to happen a long time ago, Cheeto, in my opinion. We've got Chemo, R, and We're the Ones that all made it to the new round of playtests. So that's exciting. And I've helped a lot of the guys on board. Getting their accounts and test servers set up. So that's great. We've got a new suggestion system on the Earth Wars Discord. This is a great thing. Finally, we get some new suggestions coming in, and this is part of my rants that are going to come along a little later in the stream. So, we'll get that going. And yes, Twilight, I did copy the Discord names that were on the server. And Spen, yeah, no, Cheeto hasn't. I think Cheeto was like in one of the first original waves of the play testers, but I think he stepped down or something. So glad that he's back in play testers or is finally joining. So that's all good that way. And Frieza's making some jokes around here somewhere, which is good. And yes, Manshua, I am a real human, despite regrettably. I wish I was a real Decepticon, but I mean, like metal and virtually immortal and stuff, but that would be good. And Freeze is leaving playtest. Oh no. If you leave, the game's gonna end, Freeze. Just keep that in mind. So yeah. Thought you were gonna get me, but maybe that'll be the new running joke is you're leaving now. And we got Megatron on here, who's one of my Alliance family members and a big contributor with a lot of the work I do. So yeah, glad to see that we're getting a new round of play testers, and that'll help out. And like I said, with the new suggestion system, it's really nice. It's actually a lot more. It's a lot simple than it used to be, but like I said, I've got a little bit of rants and raves going on about that. I'm raving that it's a new system. I'm gonna rant about some of the suggestions that we keep seeing, especially as Discord moderators and probably the Yodo staff see and stuff. But one we'll just have to take it as it comes. Then we've got new combiners in the works on playtest. Optimus Maximus and Bruticus are getting slated for a 5-star release. We don't know when. They're not on playtest yet. So obviously, as that happens, we'll keep things up and keep everybody informed. Fresius will, I will, Waza will. Soldier will probably chime in on a few things too. I love it when he posts something. It's like the world stops. It's like, oh, Soldier posted something, but it's all good. And like my little ad above says, support your content creators. They're great guys. Um, Fresius and I have a number of inside running jokes that we heckle each other with. I got a couple with Waza. I give Soldier a hard time all the time, and most of the time he doesn't deserve it, but I give it to him anyway. More things coming down the pike. We've got Prima Prime is coming. He's going to have the Star Saber along with them. This isn't actual. Um, we don't know what the bot's really going to look like yet. We haven't gotten them up in playtest yet, but we are promised soon, so we'll see. But this is the box art for the Age of the Primes scenario. So yeah, we're going to have a new Prime coming down. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, we're also going to be getting we're getting some new skins with the Cyber Pass. We've got a Shockwave and it looks like a Chromia. They're looking really nice skins. I like them. I really like the Shockwave one. It reminds me of like IDW's Senator Shockwave. Kind of fun that way. So I like the new skins that they're coming out. They're getting better and better. Can't complain too much. They're getting better detail and such on them, so that's all good. And then I guess last but not least, I did finally put out my pathing and targeting video. I put it out earlier this week. I know not everybody has seen it or gone over it, but the video pretty much covers bot and con pathing. Doesn't involve anything about combats or titans or combiners. I could do separate videos on those, but give it a watch after the stream or as your time permits. Uh, always love giving you guys content that helps you guys out. And I think this one is a definite good watch. It's a little dry, but it's still a good watch. So yeah, that's it for announcements. And hey, yeah, there's Cheeto. He's waking up. Yeah, and I thought you were a tester way back when, because I mean, like the first or second wave. So I mean, we're old men. Freesius, me, you, we're all old men now in this game. It seems like. But one of the new things I've been working on are a couple of working on a new layout along with Megatron and a couple of other people throughout the community about relaying out my data sheets, because the current ones, they're tall and they scale. Discord scales them really badly and it makes it hard to read. And I know right now, even looking at this new horizontal 3-column layout, it's probably a little hard to read in the video, but overall it's a better layout. It just helps. It flows a little better, and I'll zoom it in here so we can see. got a lot more information. It's slightly better categorized, has a better flow in my opinion. We're still working out adjustments, but we've got them for bots. We've got I've set it up for triple changers and their abilities and their dual cores and all kinds of things. And we're just I'm just sitting here. I'm working with it. I got a couple of people giving me feedback on it, and helping out, tweaking some information that we still got going on with them, and getting them all built out really nice. And I think overall they'll be better showcased in videos. Again, they're still large because they're super super wide, and I know that looking at them here they look square, but they're actually wider than they are taller. And they're just building out and extending a lot of info. We're working with tactics about how to use the bot. I'm including some pathing and targeting information from my previous video that I just mentioned, just so that people can get a better idea and get a little bit better uh, grasp of information all in one place rather than so it's coming along. And Freesius has been giving me some feedback on them too. I sent over a couple of proofs to him, and I was like, hey, what do you think? What can we shuffle here? And he gave me some good, valuable feedback. And one of the things that I am liking is that the combat bots and the combat weapons on the sheet aren't so tall like they used to, like they were on the previous sheets. They're they're a little easier to see, a little easier to read. And with the new sheets, they'll also include the image icons of the combat weapons so that people aren't guessing around. Um, and trying to figure out who and what is being shown. So they're definitely a work in progress, and I always appreciate everybody's feedback. Who sees them and gets to use them, and if they're helpful for anybody. And a lot of people have said my sheets really are uh, really really good, and I appreciate that. I tried to do my best to give data and easy to digest stuff to the community. I know that some things are a little bit technical. That's why I kind of make the videos on them, so that so that's not like, what the heck is this terminology and stuff. So that's kind of my wheelhouse. I like doing that stuff. So yeah, so we got some of that stuff going on. Let's see. And I hope that it Megatron, I know he's here in the chat. I hope that they looked a little bit better on the videos. I mean, I know that in previous videos, the current generation of the data sheets are kind of like ugh, but and hard to read. Well, thank you, Twilight. Anything compared to the event schedules at times can look better, even if they just did a blank Excel spreadsheet. Um, but I definitely appreciate it, and thanks for the feedback, guys. I refine it upon amongst what my alliance members give me, what some of my friends and some of the community contribute to, and I do make updates accordingly. So I try to keep them tight, try to keep them accurate too. And right now, the data that was shown on these samples really isn't quite in the completely updated range right now. And I guess cool, much clearer and prettier. Yep, that they definitely do. All right. Well, I'm gonna start ranting a little bit. Like I said, we had we got the new suggestion bot going on the TFEW server, and it's really working well. It's really nice. It's going off. But I don't know how many of us, myself or Megatron or any of the regulars on the Earth War server, Acid Storm, any of those guys, Even Cheeto. I don't know why people continue to try to suggest bots to the game. Yeah, the game can use more content. Definitely. That's not an argument. But at the same time, a lot of people they don't sit there and realize that there's licensing stuff in place, you know. Um, there are various studios that have done work like for the Transformers Prime or the Robots in Disguise or even our beloved Beast Wars and Beast Machines bots that we'd love to see in game. But there's a ton of them I would love to see in the game and counter them. But you know, Hasbro's got to work out rights with the people that they worked with on these things, and there's licenses and all types of things that they have to account for before we get to see them even in game. You know, I mean. Hasbro approves the bot designs, last I heard, and anybody from the studio, you know, Bobby, if he knows, or uh, if Cube showed up, I didn't see him quite yet. You know, if any of those guys are on, please comment in the chat. Let me know if I'm wrong or something here. But you know, there's a lot of stuff that has to go into play before we can see a bot show up in Earth Wars. It's not like, oh hey, new toy or new action figure released, it's going to come to the game. It doesn't quite work that way. You know, Hasbro, from what I understand, has a big contributing say on what bots are getting added to the game. So I appreciate all the players that want to come out and say, "Hey, we need these guys," or "We'd like to see these guys in game." We all would. We're all on the same board in that regard. We'd love to see some new bots, but you know, at the same time, they can't just arbitrarily add them to the game. It's nerve wracking because I don't know how many times I've said it or anybody else has said it. I know Freeze has even said it on his server of, hey man, you know, they've got to go through channels before we can even get them game. You can make the idea, you can give them the idea, but you know, sadly, in terms of being a limited content creator and stuff, we don't get to know everything that they're going to release in game. You know, we only get to know when it's in a playable or, in the case of Sideways, quasi state of release. You know, so I mean, it's great that people will make those contributions and make those suggestions, but the suggestions that they're asking for on the Discord server are gameplay, quality of life enhancements, that type of stuff. I really, that's kind of my rant and rage right there. I mean, it's almost rage bait for me now at this point of stop asking for new bots. We'll get bots as they can come in and as they can release them. It's not up to the studio per se of what bots are getting released, but you know, at least we will eventually be getting some bots. You know, uh, a lot of people like to speculate. Hey, Windcharger just got a new figure. Yeah, he did, but doesn't mean that he's going to immediately come into Earth Wars or any other Hasbro or IP. You know, games that are coming along or anything of that sort. So I mean, it's just yeah. See, it's going on a long tirade. Just work with work with the studio, be patient, and stop asking for new bots or specific bots to come in game. They can't give it to us all the time. And that's kind of my rant. You know, I am liking the Discord servers rearrangement that they've been doing up over there. They've been doing a lot, and it's really looking good. They're swapping around some channels, and you know they're doing some stuff. The skin works are even coming in better. You know, they're higher detail by the looks of it. Especially, like I said, this Shockwave is just amazing, and I really like it. And I'm gonna go browse through the chat real quick, see if we can't get something interior design. Good one, Cheeto. Good one. Uh, hey, Ryan Ross, thanks for showing up. Glad to see you. Um, And Twilight Series definitely looks good, not just like the event schedules. Yeah, I think I already commented on that one. And Cheeto, you're working on a Saturday. That sucks, man. And we got Megatron, who's Patrick Bateman. Thank you for, well, you've been a big contributor at how well the new sheets are looking too. I mean, you've been working with me as time permits on these new sheets, and so I appreciate your time that you're dedicating to them and helping out with them, because there a lot of people are like, oh, hey, he just copy and pastes information in there, and I wish that was the case. I wish it was just that easy. But I've got a database that I built, and I'm actually re-engineering right now for some extended data, as you're gonna see. So we're just working on this data and these sheets, and I know a lot of people in the community like them. A lot of people are just like, you, what are you doing, this type of thing, and other people are like, yeah, these sheets are better than the wiki, and the wiki isn't anybody's fault except for the studio, but at the same time, they've got a lot of irons in the fire. They got a lot of people doing stuff, and just like my other sheets, these scale with the bot. So some will be taller, some will be shorter. That's I kind of made them out to be that way, and of course I've got them. I'm sticking with my original uh, color coding of purple for Decepticon, red for Autobot, and green for Mercs. And I've gotten so many compliments on this green. It's crazy. I can't believe it. People really like the green color in it. But I mean, here they are, kind of side by side. This Autobot one would actually be taller than the other two. But yeah, they are laying out a lot better, and I appreciate everybody's feedback on it. And I will. It's still a work in progress. We got a lot of refinements yet to make. There's still a lot more information to include on them, but we're trying not to overload everybody with a one glance thing. We do. It would be counterintuitive for me to turn around and be like, here's a sheet that has everything about a bot on it. But I am trying to offer more useful data. A lot of people that always ask for tactics and play abilities and stuff. So that's what kind of inspired me, not only to do my pathing video, finally push it up, and the guys like Cheeto and Waza and Freesia saying, yeah, we want to see we want your pathing video up. But that also kind of inspired to help fill out these new sheets a little bit more. So offering up how these bots path and stuff, that'll also help too. And let's see. Freezius, you're too much, man. I really don't think my stuff is the best in the game. You and Waza still got me beat. But I just try not to overlap what you guys have gone over. I mean, I will touch on some topics that you guys have mentioned. I know that you both mentioned, about Optimus Maximus and Bruticus and stuff, but I just thought I'd re-mention it here. But I try to do my best not to repeat what you guys are doing, or even what Soul's doing. Soul's got his own channel, which is awesome, and I hope you guys are enjoying my fun little ads up there. I don't know how many of you were actually paying attention to them, but I just thought I'd add a little humor aside from the ranting, the raving, the technical mumbo jumbo and stuff. It's I just people don't realize that just because I'm doing all these sheets and stuff, it's not just me gathering all this data. Yeah, I've done a lot of it, but other players like Megatron, Freezius, Fireclaw, they'll fact check me on this stuff 100 times before they give me their thumbs up and say, okay, now we can use this information. So those guys are really awesome, you know. Yeah, Freesius. They probably would like to have my sheets up on the wiki. They probably would, but I don't know. I do try to keep my information on my sheets up to date and relevant to the bots, and as you guys know, I'm not a big meta guy. I don't really play on that meta side of things, but uh, because I'm the guy who tells you how to beat those meta bases, and I know Freesius loves to do that too. Be like, hey, here's how we do it. You know, meanwhile, Waza's like, here's how you build meta. I'm not slighting either one of you guys either. I love the hell out of both of you guys, but yeah, you know, it's just one of these fun little uh, things. I try to keep it up to date and accurate as possible. Um, and what's nice is that it's a community contribution. You know, people are willing to help pad out the information so that it's accurate, that it's surefire. So I really do appreciate that. You know. And Bobby, I'm really glad to see that you're on the stream today. I'm glad that you're actually able to have a day off. That's always good too. That guys, Bobby is one of like the best support guys at Yodo, and he's getting involved in more and more stuff. He's getting involved on play test. Um, he's hunting down tickets, logging bugs and stuff. Definitely support Bobby and don't give him a hard time. We love him. He's awesome. You know, so I'm glad that Bobby is able to chill out today. And again, Bobby, thank you for joining the stream. I'm glad that to see you on here. Um, and enough about my stuff, guys. It's this channel. I don't do these streams just for me. I do them for you guys too. So if there's anything you want to see or investigate or whatever, come on, hit me up on it. I mean, I love it, and actually, you know what, Cheeto, I think I got something for you. I think I got something for Cheeto because this is gonna. I think this will be interesting. Where the hell did I put everything? Because I just messed everything up. There we go. Okay, Cheeto. I know that you are one of the many bass whisperers in the game. And so, yeah, I'm talking directly at you now, Catboy. But I also know that you're a great player too. And one of the things I've been trying to catalog is you know, like the prime core radiuses, you know, that beautiful glow. And I know that we've mentioned it in a couple of places on the server, and I think it's even in the bugs list. You know that not all of the prime cores are glowing, but I've been trying to catalog uh, the radius, the triggered radius for all the prime cores. I would really love to maybe grab your help and hand on that, because I mean, I know that sometimes it's a pain, especially because some durations are really long, others are not, and some don't even show up. You know, I mean, we can take a look see here, and you know, I know I've got a prime core over here, and they're not even glowing. You know, Alchemist. So I'd like to get in touch with you off stream and at your leisure. You know, no rush or anything like that. But I'd like to pick your brain about how. What do you think? What do you think the do you think it's intentional? Or do you think it's a bug? Because yeah, see, I mean, I've got an Alchemist Prime over here. It's not even glowing, so I don't know if that's intentional or not. And maybe that's something that we bring up to the studio too. Is are all the Prime cores supposed to aura or glow like that? So that's kind of one thing I'm kind of thinking about. So I'd like to get your feedback and thoughts on that, Cheeto. Um, let's see. Uh, Yeah, Fireclaw. I think an AoE kind of would be good, but I think it would be better as a prime rather than as a prime core. I kind of think I think I know where you're going with that track of thought, Fireclaw, and I think doing it up as a prime or a prime's ability might be better. But we'll have to see what's coming down the pike. Like I said, we've got Prima coming. Not quite. He's got the Star Saber, so he's probably going to be a melee prime. Speculation, we don't know yet. Um, and wow, we're only halfway in right now. Awesome. Glad to hear that you're all in, Cheeto. I'd really like to knock some horns and get some concepts going that way. Maybe collaborative effort, because I have recorded some of the prime core radiuses, but not all of them, and I know not all of them trigger with the same radius as the defense, but I haven't been able to get a quantifiable number on some of the ones that don't glow or aura. So that's awesome. I'd really like to definitely do that. So I appreciate you being willing to stack up with that. Now let's see. We need a completely different range on equipped buildings that a different color. Yeah, I do agree with that, Twilight. Yeah, because having all of these auras, and I mean I think the only one that has a different color. Yeah, we've got like a yellow glow here is the Quintus Prime one. But yeah, like my Cronus could be the green, like it's um uh like it's damage type or whatever. Quintus could probably just stay yellow. That's not so bad. Um, but these other ones over here with white, like Leech Maximo and the Megatronus, we could definitely. I agree with that, and that's a great idea, Twilight. That is a great idea of having different colors, because like Megatronus and like a red hue, you know, denoting fire damage or whatever. Yeah, fire damage. Would be great. Sets people on fire because we're a little pyro. All the Decepticons and most of the primes are pyros. So, and yeah, Freeze. I'm with you. I hope it's not. I hope it's not a crap prime coming along. Hopefully they can do something good with it. We'll have to see. There's only so much that we can hope for and do. And there's only so much feedback we can give too. So, um, but yeah, that's an interesting idea. And you know what? Here's a cool little idea. Here's what I'll do up. Fill some time, because I mean I'm willing to hear any of you guys out. And hey, hey, there's sharpness. Hey, good to see you on the stream. Thanks for joining, man. Um, you know, one thing I was talking about in my video, which if you've seen it, great. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It'll make a little bit more sense and content here. But what we can do is, like, you'll see that some of these bots got great range for their abilities, but their abilities don't necessarily work with their pathing. And what I think a lot of people mistake in pathing for is targeting, and targeting's not the same. You know, uh, Super simple spoiler alert. Pathing is how a bot moves. So, like you saw, I rushed barricade up here, but then when he destroyed what he needed to do, he retargeted down here and came to help out. That's part of his like MO. He does that because that's what he's designed to do. There's a lot of rules in play for that. And there's a lot of cool little under the hood type things that I'm pretty sure most people aren't aware of what's going on. So a lot of people would say, "Oh, hey, man, he shouldn't have done that. I sent them up here," and you got to understand the priorities on his targets and stuff. So that's kind of where I think people fall off the grid, and they mistake in targeting for pathing. And hey, my bot went over here. That's not pathing. That's the targeting aspect, of the bot. That's the targeting rules. But maybe next week we'll go a little deeper into it and hash it out. But I just thought this would be a kind of a cool little tidbit to play with, And I mean, let's bring up Dinobot 2 against Dinobot 2, see what happens. But it's just interesting how, like you'll see, really great example. Oh, my shield drawn went away, but we'll throw some other bots in here. See, this is targeting and how what the bots aim at and what they go for. That's part of their targeting. That's why, my Sea Spray and who's down here, because his targeting's changed because of his combat bot, which, like I said, there's a lot to go over. It's not just a one video type thing to do, but it's just there's a lot to take into consideration here. And yeah, I've still got Twilight's Outpost concepts here on my playtest account, so he should be kind of happy and gleaming about that. I just haven't updated them because I like to use playtest for testing out new bots, new strategies. I won't attack or rearrange my live base just because I don't know who's coming at me with it. And yeah, Cheeto, that is actually one of the things that I did kind of mention in my video. I didn't go too deep into it, but yeah, pathing is manipulated by your deployment and the bots that are on your squad. Each bot has, each class of bot has a defined purpose. Air bots are there to help clear out areas on the base. They're designed to break the base layout so that your bots can do better and move through it easier. Warriors are pretty straightforward. They're focus fire. Send them at a defense or at a bot, and that's their main purpose. They don't retarget like gunners or triple changers do. But that's all. That I've explained most of those differences within my video. But I mean, like I said, it could be a multi-part little running series. Just what I gave on my pathing and targeting video is just a little smidgen of the iceberg that is pathing and targeting. But no, you do make a good point there, Cheeto, and it also has to do with base layouts and how these bots are targeting the defenses and such. But I won't spoil any more. You guys got to go watch the video, get a high level understanding, and then hit me up on the comments or of that video, or even here in the comments after the stream's finished, and let me know if you want me to explore more, do more deeper dives into pathing and stuff. Because I mean, just what I was able to put together in that video was 8 or 9 months of research and all this stuff, because some of the things, it took me a while to realize that the targeting does interfere with the pathing and stuff like that, and can change based upon the class of bot and stuff. So definitely try to watch those when you get a chance, guys. It's a dry video, I'm not gonna lie, because it's a lot of data and a lot of head scratching. Fortunately, unlike some of my other game mechanics videos, I didn't put a lot of math into it, so I shouldn't hurt too many people's heads. But it'll get you pondering and thinking like, huh. So that's why somebody moves like they do, and I hope that that it helps you guys out. And okay, enough of the shameless plugs, but it is my channel, it is my stream, I suppose, so I can plug what I want. Yeah, Fogsterbomb, yeah, and welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. I if I missed you earlier, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, see, I think this is one of the your comment inspires me to say this is one of the things that I think where you're, as a player, you're confusing pathing with targeting, because pathing is pretty much just how the bot moves, whether it's fast, whether it's slow, whether it's diagonal. However, whereas the targeting denotes where and how they go. So I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not in your head. I'm not trying to start an argument or anything. But it's just some ideas that a lot of players will say pathing when they're meaning targeting. And I guess in a way they can be used interchangeably, but for more overall precision, I like to say, hey, this is how the bot targets, not how the bot paths, because there's a lot of other mechanics involved, and I can already see another video coming of how the bots interact with things like walls and defenses, and then we're going to mix in titans and combiners and all that other stuff. So I might actually end up breaking it down into a series of stuff. But I'm not going to say that you're right or you're wrong. I'm just saying that you might be confusing. I couldn't say that for sure, but let me know how you're thinking about that, Fogster. Really, because I would, if I can, I'll clarify as best as I can. And let's see what my good buddies, what everybody else is saying. Let's see. Megatron says, "For now on, I understand. Upon destroying enemy entities, be they buildings or outposts, Quintus creates." Yeah. And it doesn't matter if it's a bot, if it's a building. And I've noticed that at least with the defense core, you don't need to be around it anywhere to set off the Quintus sharks. They will come at you. So that's one of the cool things that I've noticed. And let's see. Thanks, Cheeto. Yeah, I was really skeptical and dubious upon posting it, but yeah, I think it needed to be posted, and I hope it helps people out. Okay, yep, and we got that. Okay, yeah. See, Megatron's got a good, fairly simpler explanation to it than I do. Yeah, pathing and targeting do intersect at a point, uh, which can explain why people confuse them for one or the other. And it's true. Um, pathing and targeting are not necessarily the same thing. Like, let me expand upon this a little bit more. We can. I'm not gonna dive too deep into it, but this is a great topic. I'm really, and I'm gonna switch to a little bit more of a diverse team, or maybe I'll create a new one. Let's see. I'll do Demolisher. I'm just picking random bots, so don't think that there's anything specific about this. We definitely want a couple of warriors here, and we'll do a triple changer. And as everybody loves to give me Hades for, I'll pick a medic. Let's go. I'll bring in a medic here so that you guys can see. And who am I missing? I'm missing a couple of air class. We'll bring in Thundercracker and my favorite Dirge, one of my favorites, Dirge. And so, yeah, and what the hell? Cute Pets, sorry if I didn't call you out. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for showing up. I'm always happy to see people on my stream. So thank you for joining. Okay, Fogster, what you just mentioned in chat, your perception of pathing is having all the bots forced to go to the same way. That's targeting, because they're targeting specific things to go in a specific direction. I think I can show you that here. Let me show you. So we'll deploy on two sides. If they fall, they fall. But you'll see how my gunners and my warriors over here have come in, and they've targeted specific defenses. Like they've targeted this one, and over here my gunners pretty much cleared out this whole area. My gunners and warriors are clearing that out. that's due to their targeting rules. So that's why they're flocking that way. That's what they're designed to go after. And I've got medics over here that are pretty much stay in place. But like, since I've got an outpost bot over here, that clammed up, that really jammed up my deployment over here, and that's kind of intentional because even with a triple changer over here, there's no stopping it because bots or outpost bots and then defenses, those are the top two targeting areas that are fairly universal across all the classes except meta class. And so they'll always retarget to that. So when you see like a bot and see my punch and counter punch over here, they're out of range of this outpost bot, so they're not going to go running to him right now. And I think that's actually a display glitch because I don't see where they're still alive. But you'll see that that's how the bots will move, is to specific targets. So that's where they're targeted, and they move to that target. So I think that's how you are. You're not wrong in saying that that's how their path, but they're moving to it is their pathing. Their targeting is what drives them to that direction. I don't know if that helps clear things up. Cute pets. Thank you for saying that I'm your favorite YouTuber. I've only been doing it, 2 years or so, or maybe I'm going on 3. I don't remember, but thank you for that. I mean, there's plenty of other Earth Wars guys out there that do just as good, if not a better job, and been doing it longer than me. But I thank you for that. That's really nice to hear. And yeah, Cheeto loves us all. I mean, Cheeto's a great guy, and we won't tell him, but we love him back. And you didn't hear that, Cheeto. Uh, so, and Foxter's replying. So yes, then the Foxter has been confused. I didn't want to like say that you were confused in that. I think you were just misusing the terminology in that regard. But I'm glad if that helped clarify it a little bit for you. You know. Except for when Freezies talks about Demolisher. Yeah. Uh, we're not. I'm not touching that one, Cheeto. I'm not touching that one. but that was a good one. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun little thing that a lot of players do get confused by, just like yourself, Fogster. And I wasn't trying to say that you were wrong or that you were right or anything like that. But if I and I thank you for verifying that I helped clarify. I wasn't trying to call you out on that, but I see a lot of players like yourself that do mistaken the two. Especially with when bots go off in a different direction or something like that. Gunners are really really famous for doing that. Whether they're like Blue Streak or Smokey or anybody like that, if they're pretty much a gunner class, if they don't have a primary target within their rules available, it looks like they're just off doing their own thing, going somewhere else, and that's just their targeting rules coming into play. So it's not like the bot is bugged or glitchy or anything else. That's their directives they're following. I do have a Fogster. I do have a breakdown on that with each class versus their targeting versus their pathing in my pathing video. So I would definitely strongly recommend that when you get a chance. You don't have to do it after the stream, but when you get a chance, I can even send you the direct link to the video. Give it a watch when you get a chance. I'm not. And again, I wasn't like trying to call you out or anything like that. Um, uh, Megatron, thank you for that. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of content throughout the community for a number of years. You know, not just on my channel, which is probably the youngest aspect of my content stuff. You know, a lot of people don't realize that I've been doing data sheets and bot information and that type of stuff back in the Frostbiter and Texas Hammer days. I mean, the three of us were communing, trading info, and setting each other's information uh, aligned properly. So, you know, I've been doing it for a long time. um, and no, folks, I may toy with you occasionally. I'll mess with you, but I won't, you know, go out to maliciously say you're dumb or something. You know, it's not like me. If I'm gonna call anybody stupid, it's Sharksy. Love the kid. He's awesome. But and he didn't even show up like he promised he would. So, so it's all good. But yeah. Anything else you guys wanna talk about? Because you know, on my streams, I generally have a set topics, but I pretty much I wing it through because I don't set anything up to be this is what we're going to talk about today. You know, these are the topics that I'm thinking about. So let's talk about them. And if you guys got any ideas, you know, I love hearing about it. You know, and I love interacting with you guys. So it's all good. Um, and Fogster, I will tell you right now, the video is dry. There's a lot of me yapping away on it. There's not too many visuals in it, sadly. It's a game mechanics video, and it's just hard to make them engaging. It really is. Plus, I had problems putting that video together because I actually had to take my notes from months ago and make updates because actually almost over a year or so ago because I started doing it, compiling the information for just before the first content patch hit, and then I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna have to readjust all this stuff. So I wanted to wait and let that settle down, but it's good. I hope you enjoy it. You know, and Cupid, yeah, I know your shrapness. I know. So thank you for that. Um, and you know, and I hope you guys have been paying attention to this little rotating ad show I got above me. Of course, these aren't real ads except for the support your content creator and stuff. But I hope they're giving you guys a good laugh, at least with some of them. You know, and just I just thought I'd throw those together, kind of like Mad Magazine used to have the fake ads and stuff. So I hope that you guys are enjoying those too. Because, like I said, I just throw them together just to have a good hoot, mess with you guys. Because I know you guys are eagle eyed. You guys, a lot of you guys saw my short with the Alpha Bravo silhouette in it, and I was really surprised by that. A lot of you got on me about it. They're like, "Why is Alpha Bravo in your short?" I did that on purpose, you know. Um, try to throw you guys off of that, but we all know that we've got 5-star Bruticus and 5-star Optimus Maximus coming down the pike. So, and we don't have any information on when they're going to get released or not yet. So, we'll just have to keep them going and see what develops out of them. Ah, and so yeah, guys, I'm not gonna eat up too much more of your Saturday. We're peaking around that 60-minute mark, but I still got a couple of minutes. And thank you, Megatron. You know, I just wanted to do a hoot, and I thought it would just be fun to have my two competing fake ad rivals, you know, displaying the ads on them, you know. So you know, we've got Double Dealers Depot and Swindles Sweets, you know. So black market prices, don't pay double. You know, these things just come to me. I would say in a fever dream, but probably through just hours of exhaustion. I'm just like, ooh, this could be fun. you know. So I just thought I'd throw those up there, and might that might stay a feature on my thread. You guys all, or on my stream, you guys all have to sit there and see which are new ads or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna stay, but they probably will. I'll probably make new ones unless we I get actual sponsors, which I'm not looking for. Don't look at it that way. But if anybody ever wants me to like plug their channel or something, I'll throw it up in there. I guess like these guys. Definitely watch Waza, watch Freezius, watch Soldier, watch me. Um, you know, we all give you guys a different perspective on the topics at hand. I know that this week seems a little slow on the news front or on the playtest front and stuff, but that's a nice thing. You get I think, in my opinion, you get a well-rounded perspective from all of us. Wazzo say he hates somebody, Freeze used to say they like somebody. Me, I'll think they're both crazy and be like, "Are you guys nuts?" Or I'll agree with one or both of them, or anything else. And then Soldier gives his beautifully high def overviews of the bots, which are really nice, good voiceovers and stuff that way. So uh, yeah, it's all good. And guys, again, thanks for joining. Thanks for contributing some ideas. Thank you for the feedback on the data sheets and stuff. There's still a work in progress. Haven't nailed anything down yet. I'm not going to say that they're anywhere near final, but again, guys, thanks for the feedback on those. I'm glad that they were looking a lot better in the video, at least on the stream. So we'll get that addressed. Um, let's see what else. Of course, congratulations to all the new playtesters. Some of them are here on the stream today. So, Cheeto, welcome back, old friend. Glad to see that you're back in the playtesters. Um, Twilight Tier, also glad to have you on the playtesters. Good to see you. And one thing's gonna lead to another, and I know that we're all gonna keep up the heroic nonsense, my friends. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the event. I'm out of here. Have a good weekend.